to start off this week, we are joined by Kerry Abello. Kerry, back in action here at home, welcoming LA. Just give us your initial thoughts headed into the match and the kind of game that's expected on Friday night.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a really good matchup. They had a strong start to their season, and they're a different team this year than they were last year and are really dynamic going forward. And so it'll be a really good matchup between two good teams.
What else?
I guess coming off of last game, how's the vibe been in training heading into this one?
Yeah, no, the vibe has been really good. I think a game like last weekend's has a really big effect on a team, right? And we haven't lost in a while, and but I think the team's responded really well, and we've had a really good reaction to it. And if anything, I just think we're chomping at the bit to play again in our stadium and hopefully get that 3 points to shake off last weekend.
What have you kind of seen just from game film from last game that kind of stood out to you that maybe could have been better other than scoring?
It's hard to say, honestly. I think the team put together a really good performance. All in all, and we need to find the end product. We need to create better quality chances and find that goal. And something Seb always says is goals change games, and the entire dynamic of the game shifted when they scored. And I think without that goal, we would have put at least one or two on them. And so I think the main thing is creating those quality chances and putting them in the back of the net.
I guess after the goal went in, obviously the game changed. But
yeah.
What did you kind of see just from the reaction of the team and continuing to push? Did you feel like the team kind of kept their composure despite being down and trying to push for those goals?
Yeah, I absolutely think we kept our composure and did everything we could to score. I mean, we still created good chances after that, even with Washington sitting in, right? Like, they scored, and so they weren't as expansive. They didn't press us as high. So it was harder with that many players behind the ball to create chances, and we still did what we could. I mean, we hit the crossbar on one. So no, I was really proud of the way that the team kind of came together and did whatever we could do to win, and the ball didn't roll our way that day.
Defensively for this team, I mean, despite letting in that goal, the team has been very solid defensively. What have you kind of seen, just from the back line and the team defense as well? Because obviously, like last year, there's been a lot of changes in the back line from game to game.
Yeah.
So just how much from, last year's experience of having those constant changes has kind of kept almost a consistency within that back line?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about the individuals who we have in our back line. I think, like you said, we can interchange players pretty seamlessly and still have a solid back four. I think a lot of our ability to do that also comes from our leadership in the back line. And Kylie being a pretty constant presence, I think, helps us kind of all get on the same page and come together no matter who's in the back line. So, yeah, I think we'll continue to do that, and I definitely know I trust anyone who gets slotted into there at any time, and that's a huge strength of ours.
On the opposite side of your side, Ayana got 45 minutes first time at home. What have you kind of seen from her and the dynamic that she brings that may be different from other players?
Yeah, Oya, just like you said, Oya brings something different that, has different strengths that our other defenders don't have, and so it was awesome to get her those 45 minutes at home, and I thought she did super well and bring something new to the attack. She can go on that inside channel and is really comfortable there, and so I'm sure we'll see more of that.
Last question for me, just with other teams gunning for you now, like you're the team to beat.
Yeah.
Teams are going to be preparing a lot more and combing over game film of you guys, looking for any chances of taking opportunities to beat you. How do you stay dynamic and try and make sure that teams aren't able to kind of pick out some of those things and try and be as unique as possible within game to game?
Yeah, I mean, we know teams are going to game plan for us. We know that the way they come out against us might not be the same way they've come out in any other game this season. And so it's challenging. It makes it hard to predict. And I think for us, the biggest thing is keeping variety, especially in our attack, and I think we're fluid even within a game. And while we might have the same starting shape, it can look really differently at different moments of the game. And I think that's something that will be important for us going forward, right? Because a team will always take away something, and it's our ability to exploit whatever they don't. So can we go down the middle? Can we go up the sides? Can we, pick them off through the middle? Can we go for a long ball? And adding all of those elements to our attack and then being able to recognize what's on is going to be the key.
And last one, Grace made her debut in the last match. Unfortunate, kind of, the game not going that way, but a really cool accomplishment. What was that like to kind of share that moment with Grace and see her come on the field?
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm so proud of Grace. She's been here a long time and rehabbing from injury, and finally to make that debut at home, I was just so proud of her. Grace is the happiest, most cheerful person ever, and deserves that moment so much, and I thought she did really well, and we're just happy to finally have her on the field with us.
Great, thank you, Kerry.